Hello, I'm Kristen Oaks-White.
And I'm Avery Davidson. Thank you for joining us for this very special edition of This Week in Louisiana Agriculture, the only TV show bringing Louisiana farmers and consumers together every week. And it's special because we're in the Crescent City, New Orleans. In fact, we're up on the 41st floor of the Marriott Hotel on Canal Street, site of the 100th annual convention of the Louisiana Farm Bureau, its Centennial Celebration. And what a view we have of the river up here.
It's been 2 years since the state's largest general farm organization got together due to COVID restrictions, and the group was ready to party. There were special events, guests, and all the normal business that convention always has to offer.
Jim Harper, a sugarcane, soybean, rice, and crawfish farmer from Rapides Parish, was elected president of Farm Bureau in 2020, and this was his first in-person convention. He says he was proud to be part of an organization that has done so much good over the last century.
You know, it's been 3 years since we've been to convention, and I think it turned out really good. Everybody was so glad to get together and see one another. It was our 100th anniversary. We had a 100th anniversary celebration practically the whole convention, and it really turned out good.
Harper was re-elected to a third term on Sunday during the Farm Bureau's voting delegate session. The Centennial Celebration also attracted many elected officials to New Orleans as one of the largest gatherings of Louisiana farmers, ranchers, and rural families. This event was a perfect opportunity for these lawmakers to visit one-on-one with their constituents under one roof.
This week, TWILA's Carl Wiggers shows us why the Farm Bureau Convention is so important to public figures on a state and national level.
Senator Bill Cassidy delivered a very clear message to his farming and ranching constituents at the Centennial Celebration of the Louisiana Farm Bureau.
Without you, our country, our state, and our families do terribly. But with you, you're the solution for that family that needs to have their pocketbook go a little bit further, for that rural community that needs a little bit more prosperity, and that hungry person in Africa that's hoping to get a little bit more food next year.
Though Cassidy does not sit on an agriculture committee, he did share his support for Louisiana farmers when it comes time for the upcoming farm bill, especially with inflation hurting all Americans, including farmers and ranchers right now.
Part of that is supporting the safety net for farmers, making sure that they have what they need to stay in business when it's bad, so they're there for us when it's good.
Joining Cassidy in that fight from the House is 5th District Congresswoman Julia Letlow.
It's like hitting the gold mine because everyone's here in one place, and I can talk to so many of our farmers and ranchers and loggers and just listen to them and their needs, and just hit everybody all at once and just really take notes so that I can take all of that back up with me to Washington and make sure that their voices are being heard and that I'm being the best representative I can possibly be.
In the state legislature, Speaker of the House Clay Scheck-Snyder says the Farm Bureau's power comes from what happens at this convention.
These members being together and being united, being able to have one single voice to legislators like me, that's a huge difference. That's a powerful voice out there that we need to hear and legislators need to hear.
It's just very important to bring back the message from the farm. That's what they like to hear from, real farmers and the problems they have. So it was very important that they took their time out and our members were able to talk to them.
Speaking before the voting delegates on Sunday, Scheck-Snyder announced his intentions to run for a new office in the very near future.
I'm termed out coming up. Farm Bureau has always been a friend to me and helped me, and I appreciate that. But my next role, I think I will be able to help ag even a little bit more when I'm going to be looking at running for lieutenant governor.
In New Orleans, I'm Carl Wiggers for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture.
Now, if you'd like to see more coverage of some of these sessions, we have links on our website at twilatv.org. One of the special guests this year was State Senator Brett Elam, who took time to address the Ag Tech Luncheon, a new event at convention this year.
Precision ag technology allows for greater efficiency in chemical application, saving money and resources. It's a must for farmers, especially when input costs are high, but it also comes with the need for specialized training. That's why Senator Elam has started an initiative to bring more training to state technical colleges and universities.
What concerned me, and the reason we need to revitalize ag education in the state, not only for people in high school and college, but also those that are using it out there today, old guys like me. We need to also be using and embracing this technology to stay at the cutting edge, to be productive, to be the leaders in the world in food production.
Well, people definitely came to convention this year expecting to have a good time, and they did. It's kind of hard not to have a good time in New Orleans, a city known for hospitality and plenty of entertainment.
Yeah, Kristen, I noticed that there were a number of new places since we were here last, including a new distillery called Happy Raptor. This week, TWILA's Neil Melanson had the tough assignment, really tough, of seeing how they blend Louisiana sugar and a good time into a well-rounded drink.
It's hot in New Orleans right now, but a new distillery in New Orleans is trying to cool things off a bit. Nestled comfortably in the heart of the city, this husband and wife team run Happy Raptor, named after their son's love of dinosaurs. Love of both good rum and the Crescent City are why they started the distillery.
When we started the business, we really wanted it to be a place where people could just come in the doors and it feels like your old friends from college had opened a distillery. And I think that's a simple concept, but I think we were able to kind of maintain that feel and that welcoming from the first day of our neighbors in our community. But that really has grown. So our mission at Happy Raptor is that we create premium infused rum inspired by our culture, our community, and the things that bring us joy.
Happy Raptor is thriving despite a rough start. They opened their doors a month before the pandemic hit and had to adapt to a new business climate.
As a brand new craft distillery, we weren't able to start distribution until well into June and July of 2020. And even then, it was the local owned grocery stores and spirit stores that picked up the product because they understood the value and the importance in the market for craft distilling.
There may not be many Raptors here, but there are happy people. Service to the community is a driving reason for this business.
Our neighbors came out in droves even just from that first Mardi Gras. And then as a brand new company, people really showed up to support us in a really significant way. And the backbone of our entire business really is work with the community.
Now, there's hard work here behind the scenes. Mark is the distiller and says right now they can produce about 200 bottles a week, but have the capacity to quadruple that.
Compared to some other places, we're pretty small, but we purposefully designed the distillery to be able to scale as we needed to. So we didn't have to buy tons of ingredients and put a whole bunch of cash outlay before we even had the consumers.
Of course, a key ingredient is sugar, and that's part of the taste of their 504 rum. It begins here, though, at Lula Westfield Sugar Mill. While distillers in Louisiana are only a fraction of the sugar business, it's a growing one.
From what I've been told, many of them started off small and they've been growing ever since. So there's distilleries popping up all over, and more and more people are reaching out to us for sugar and molasses.
There's not a lot of places that really showcase it. So when you're getting products here, you're getting them in Louisiana from the agriculture and from the crops that are grown here. And so we can really focus on, like, this is what we do as a state. We're growing this, we're refining this, and then we're turning it into products to enjoy.
I got to try a new concoction that April Lawton here is making. The spearmint is grown right here in planters at the distillery. I could tell it was going to be good, not just from the fresh ingredients, but the care displayed in making it.
Now, this Golden Garden drink is made from Happy Raptor's 504 Gold rum and includes that toasted oak you saw in the production of it, as well as this fresh mint that April, who made the drink, grows right here on the premises. And the taste, Well, it really makes a difference in that taste. It's so fresh and that taste is just clean. It comes through in this exotic drink that you can make at home using those all New Orleans and all Louisiana products. Reporting from New Orleans, and I will be here a while, I'm Neil Melancon.
I bet you will, Neil. Happy Raptor and 504 Rum are available online. We'll link you over on our website at twilatv.org. And I tried the Happy Raptor 504 Rum. Very, very good. The clear rum has a wonderful aroma.
I bet you did, Avery. Like you told me.
I tried about half a bottle so far. Well, if you've been to New Orleans, you know that there are several unusual modes of travel, like those famous trolley cars.
Another is the mule-pulled carriages, bringing tourists around the French Quarter since 1941. This week, TWILA's Brianne Hendrickson goes behind the scenes of this iconic Crescent City site.
You know, they're staring because it's like an opening into Willy Wonka's, chocolate factory. And that's cool to be able to be a part of something like that.
To Ben Spate, Training and Livestock Management Director, this chocolate factory is a passion that Royal Carriage advocates for every day since 1941.
Stick a hand of fellowship out there and say, hey, come to the barn, man. If you're really worried about these animals, as I am, I find myself as a translator for them. I default to them not being able to speak in English in every situation where there's an issue.
Royal Carriages started with one horse and buggy, and as the years continue, they continue to grow. But to grow, it takes a team.
I can't do any of this without help from everybody that works here, from our staff up in the office to the staff down here in the barn to the drivers. Like, everybody has to be here for this place to operate and work the way that it does.
In the agriculture industry, we want everyone to see why we do it for the animal and the passion that animal has for its job.
The reason why we're doing this is because of the mule. Like, we don't need to make $1 today if it's at the expense of one of these animals. If they work on the street for one day, if they got a name at this place, they're a Royal Carriage mule and they're going to be taken care of that way. And if they're not, what's the point of doing it? This is my life's work. But yeah, it is. It's like a lot is put into this. And when I see somebody appreciate that, it is.
Spate understands that in his job, there are only a handful that do it. But he is also a farmer at the end of the day, even if his seat is behind the mule.
If you notice in a lot of these cartoons, the farmer's always faceless. He's just an unknown person. And the truth of the matter is that's the exact opposite of what happens. There's more tears shed, there's more sad times that are had, and there's tons of good times. But it's like being able to see the worst, but then full cycle and be able to see the best. And it's tough, but it's cool. It's a hell of a life.
Now, of course, we can always count on Brianne to find a barn full of animals, and we love that. If you would like to learn more about the mules at Royal Carriages or schedule a carriage ride, hitch a ride on over to our website at twilatv.org. Well, one of the missions of the Louisiana Farm Bureau is to ensure that young people know their food and fiber comes from farms and ranches. That's the goal of the Ag in the Classroom program.
At the 100th Annual Convention, State Ag in the Classroom Committee member and Vermilion Parish Ag teacher Jamie Lee joined the 2022 Ag in the Classroom Teacher of the Year, Haley Broussard, for a special hands-on workshop.
I think it's so important that Farm Bureau and Ag in the Classroom are in the classroom because I think students need to learn the importance of agriculture and what it plays around them because it's so important to our world and it's everywhere, and I don't think students really understand that. It's not something that is a subject that's taught in school and elementary either.
Ag in the Classroom is so important because it reaches students from kindergarten to 12th grade to show them how important it is that we support all areas of agriculture, and getting them introduced to agriculture, whether it be with a school garden, selling salads to their teachers like the Teacher of the Year, Ms. Haley did, or even just activities working with different age groups and showing them everything that goes into producing their food. We did a workshop called Careers in a Cookie, and it shows people how many farmers and how many other people in agriculture it takes just to make something as simple as one cookie.
I hope that people take away, if they're, farmers, maybe getting more involved in ag in the classroom, maybe trying to go to schools and plant crops and get involved with the teachers and students. And I hope that the younger generations, try to visit the Louisiana Ag in the Classroom website and look at lessons and look at ways that they can incorporate ag into, lessons with teachers or students.
If you would like to learn more about Ag in the Classroom, you can visit our website at twilatv.org. Still to come on TWILA, we party through the night to celebrate 100 years of Farm Bureau.
But first, we highlight all of the big winners at this year's convention. Stay with us. We continue our coverage of the 100th annual meeting of the Louisiana Farm Bureau in New Orleans. It's at convention that farmers and ranchers learn about upcoming legislation that affects every single one of us. And I'm talking specifically about the Farm Bill.
Yeah, the 2023 Farm Bill is coming up for debate soon, and for the first time, the price tag on that bill could top $1 trillion. Shelby Myers, an economist with the American Farm Bureau Federation, cited Congressional Budget Office figures which show that funding for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, you know it as SNAP, it could top $1.2 trillion because of rising food costs and inflation. That would cause funding for farm programs to remain flat. Tara Smith, Executive Vice President with Michael Torrey Associates, says despite a flat budget, Congress could still fill some gaps and deficiencies in crop insurance programs in the new Farm Bill.
Crop insurance is designed to be a big tent and cover a little bit of everybody. And I know that there are some commodities that are produced in Louisiana that maybe don't have a policy at all right now. Poultry comes to mind. So I think about opportunities for producers who maybe don't have a policy at all to get one moving forward. I also see an opportunity to find ways to come up with less expensive policies to cover very specific risks for farmers in Louisiana, whether that's a hurricane policy or a margin insurance policy to help with input costs.
Congresswoman Julia Letlow, who you saw earlier in the show, attended the Farm Bill conference and took lots of notes. She says she's taking what she heard here in New Orleans back to Washington, D.C.
During the Centennial Celebration of the Louisiana Farm Bureau, members recognized the accomplishments of individual farmers and ranchers, farm families, and parish farm bureaus every year.
And there was a very special award for the longest-serving Louisiana Farm Bureau president, Ronnie Anderson.
Louisiana Farm Bureau President Jim Harper presented the Distinguished Service Award to Anderson. This is only the 5th time in Louisiana Farm Bureau's 100-year history that someone has received this award. There was not a dry eye in the audience or on stage as Anderson gave his acceptance speech.
Farm Bureau organization has got a very, very bright future. And I can't thank all of you for accepting Vivian and I and the rest of the people that we work with for so many years.
The highest honor a parish farm bureau can receive is the President's Award. This year marked a three-peat win for Vermilion Parish. Parish President Brian Seemaw accepted the award from Farm Bureau President Jim Harper.
It was a little bit disappointing that we finally won it in the 2 COVID years, but tonight makes up for those missed events.
This year's Young Farmers and Ranchers Achievement Award winners are Philip and Chelsea Domain, also from Vermilion Parish. The Domains grow sugarcane, soybeans, and raise cattle near Erath. The couple receives a $35,000 cash award, courtesy of Southern Farm Bureau Casualty Insurance Company. They also receive an all-expense-paid trip to the 2023 American Farm Bureau Convention in Puerto Rico, as well as other cash prizes.
Honestly, I didn't think that we were going to win it because I said there's no way everybody that has come before us that we would also win the award tonight, and we're very proud of all the hard work that has been going on in our parish and proud to be a part of it.
I wish my grandma was here and grandpa.
Mary Lynn Waddle of DeSoto Parish won the 2022 Young Farmers and Ranchers Excellence in Agriculture Award. The award recognizes leadership and involvement in agriculture. Waddle receives several prizes, including a $7,500 credit toward the purchase of an ATV from Louisiana Land Bank.
Laura Hebert of Vermilion Parish was named the Outstanding Young Farm Woman for 2022. Hebert received a $2,000 Visa gift card, compliments of Louisiana Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, a trip to Puerto Rico, and other cash prizes.
Amanda Douillon of Vermilion Parish won this year's discussion meet. Douillon received a host of prizes for her victory, including a John Deere Gator utility vehicle, courtesy of the Southern Farm Bureau Life Company, a trip to Puerto Rico, as well as other cash prizes.
Emerson Lyons of St. Landry Parish took home the top prize in the talk meet competition. In her speech, Lyons discussed how Farm Bureau can work toward supporting a safe and reliable food chain for producers and consumers. Sound familiar?
Very familiar. It's what we do on this show. A host of young talent was on full display this week during the 100th annual Louisiana Farm Bureau Convention. Rowan Angel of St. Martin Parish danced her way to the top prize in the junior talent division, dressed up as Cruella DeVille. Olivia Diane Johnson of West Carroll Parish took home first place in the senior division, singing the breakup song.
Now, the culmination of the Farm Bureau Convention every year is the crowning of a new Louisiana Farm Bureau queen.
Is contestant number 9, Miss Allison Lynn Powell of St. Charles Parish.
Allison Powell of St. Charles Parish will serve as the 2022 Louisiana Farm Bureau Queen. She'll travel the state and to Washington, D.C., representing the state's largest general farm organization. First runner-up was Madeline Landry of Assumption Parish. Second runner-up was Emma Stelly of Vermilion Parish. And all of the contestants voted Sadie Lear of East St. James Parish as Miss Congeniality.
Congratulations to all of this year's winners at convention. You can find links to videos, including the live streams, all of these events on our website at twilatv.org. Still to come on TWILA.
The party of the century. Stay with us.
During this year's convention, Louisiana Farm Bureau hosted a huge Centennial Celebration event to honor the organization's 100 years of service to Louisiana agriculture.
Yeah, on Friday night, Farm Bureau members celebrated with plenty of food, fun, and good music with the Nickel Beer Band featuring a very familiar guest bass guitar player.
Here we go.
We hope you all enjoyed the Centennial Celebration. It was certainly great to celebrate with the Farm Bureau family after a 3-year hiatus. Thank you to all of the Farm Bureau staff members who worked so hard to make this convention such a momentous event. So here's to the next 100 years.
Oh yeah, that was a lot of fun. Well, that does it for this edition of TWILA. Be sure to join us next time when we'll take our show on the road again. I promise you, I'm not going on tour. Nickel Beer can go without me. It's okay.
Until then, you can watch all of our stories online at twilatv.org, and be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find all of these stories and more on our YouTube channel, so be sure to subscribe to us and turn on the notifications so you know exactly when we put out new content.
For all of us here at TWILA, thank you for joining us. We hope to see you again right here next week.